It's intended to scare. It's intended to silence. It's intended to give us not a voice. But let's get one thing straight. We, as the public, as UK citizens, have a right to know what is going on with the country. Our politicians work for us. They work for us. We have a right to know what is happening, who's coming into the country. Things that are being uncovered. What's happening up and down, from top to bottom. Who's coming in on the boats?
But first, breaking right now, Allison Pearson has just been cleared by Essex Police and the CPS for the over-the-top investigation into her for a tweet. This sounds familiar, doesn't it? The Daily Telegraph has just broken this news, writing Essex Police has dropped its investigation into Allison Pearson, an award-winning writer who has been investigated for allegedly stirring up racial hatred with a social media post made in November last year. The force claims that Allison Pearson's recollection of the events are wholly inaccurate. However, Essex Police has now dropped its investigation amid mounting criticism, including from Boris Johnson, who called the inquiry an appalling attack on free speech. The Crown Prosecution Service advised that no charges should be brought against Pearson after reviewing the case. Essex Police said it would therefore take no further action, and the investigation was now closed. Chief Constable Mark Hobroff, the National Police Chiefs Council hate crime lead, will conduct an independent review of the force's handling of the case. And an Essex Police spokesman said, "We investigate crimes reported to us without fear or favour. We're sometimes faced with allegations of crime where people have strong opposing views. That's why we work so hard to remain impartial and to investigate allegations regardless of where they might lead." But let me just tell you, this is completely despicable. This is another case of lawfare. This is another attempt to shut up establishment journalists. This one just happened to go wrong. Because the fact that Essex Police ever sent this case off to the Crown Prosecution Service, trying to get Allison Pearson locked up for 7 years, is an outrage. So let me bring back Mark Heath now, who knows all about this. He was found not guilty, of course, after the Southport massacre cover-up of posting on social media. So, Mark, I'd love to get your response to the fact that Allison Pearson has been cleared, but perhaps more specifically to the fact that Essex Police thought it was worth sending this case to the Crown Prosecution Service in the first place. How on earth can we ever trust a force like that again?
Well, we can't, and we can't trust any force. They're doing this to people up and down the country. And it's great news, by the way. It should never have been a thing anyway. It's ludicrous, absolutely ludicrous. Half the people that are currently in prison shouldn't be there. It shouldn't have even been a thing. I shouldn't have been there, and this is happening, and it's becoming the norm for the authorities now. This is now a thing. And Keir Starmer came on the telly a couple of days ago, and he basically said, look, the police should be concentrating on solving serious crime instead of locking people up for tweets. We hear you, Keir. We hear you, Keir. That to me is absolute posh. That's him with his smokescreen right up. But Allison Pearson, 100%, that's great news. Should never have been a thing anyway. And this is the norm now. This is the country that we live in. And unless people like myself, the people that are prepared to speak and challenge these. Can you imagine if all the people that got arrested in relation to Southport all pled not guilty, how much it would cost these forces up and down the country? My case cost £60,000 of taxpayers' money.
When I'm sorry, like, it's not just about the paedophiles and the women beaters who are not spending a day behind bars. It's about the fact that police don't even bother to come to your house now if you are burgled. And it's interesting, actually, because I think there's a lot of parallels between your case and what happened with Allison Pearson. Okay, she was all about the pro-Hamas riots. You were all about the Southport massacre cover-up. But when Alison was on the show for an in-depth interview about this just a few days ago, we talked about the parallels. So let's have a little watch of this, and then I'll get you to react off the back, Mark.
That this individual was allegedly making a bioweapon in their kitchen, that information is going to go straight to the Home Secretary and the Prime Minister, and to the security services. So it's extremely serious. And I think the idea is, let's not give these plebs a reason to kick off. But in fact, what happened was that backfired, and then people got very upset and angry. And I would say that the alleged murder of 3 beautiful little girls was a cause to get upset and to be very angry and to wonder what manner of person is this that's living in our country who carries out this barbaric slaughter. But as we know from my visit from the police expressing any of this, I mean, who knows, they can call anything racism, Dan.
Yes,
even if you're...
And the tentacles, though, Alison, what really concerns me is they run so deep. So, Mark Heath, so many parallels. And what's so concerning to me is the way these cases are being used. Because your case and Lucy Connolly's case and Julie Sweeney's case, that's about sending a message to the public or to citizen journalists. Shut up. Don't talk about these issues at all. Certainly don't post something on Facebook or on X, but potentially even be worried to send a message to your mates in a WhatsApp group. So that's the message to you. Then I believe the Allison Pearson case is all about sending a message to journalists, to columnists. And it's saying, you're not safe either. You might think you're protected because we live in a free society and you're a journalist, but you're not safe either. We can come for you too. And let me tell you, Mark, it isn't just good, honest, ordinary folk who are now too scared to post on X. I have genuinely spoken to a lot of contemporaries, so journalists or high-profile commentators or politicians who tend to question the narrative, and they are now scared after Allison Pearson have been locked up.
Yeah, and that's all it is. It's intended to scare. It's intended to silence. It's intended to give us not a voice. But let's get one thing straight. We, as the public, as UK citizens, have a right to know what is going on with the country. Our politicians work for us. They work for us. We have a right to know what is happening, who's coming into the country. Things that are being uncovered, what's happening up and down, from top to bottom, who's coming in on the boats. Because, Robert Jenrick, when he was a minister, he's come out in public and said that people that were coming in on the boats have been linked to ISIS and Al-Qaeda, and they were still let in the country. People are not stupid. People can see these dumping of immigrants in hotels. They only see fighting age males. There are no women. There are no children. None. We're not stupid. We have a right to know, and we have a right to speak. This is not Russia. This is not North Korea. This is the United Kingdom. And if we lose that right to free speech, then what have we got? What have we got? Seriously.
But first, we've partnered with Gundry MD to share this information with you. Would you believe me if I told you inside your pantry right now is one of the healthiest foods on the planet? Yep, it's true, and it's not some weird trendy superfood. Spoiler alert, it's olive oil. You've probably used it cooking, but there are countless ways to use olive oil to help yourself feel and look younger. For example, olive oil is a natural way to help you achieve a more youthful appearance. Besides helping you look younger on the outside, it's a fantastic tool for your insides as well. According to Dr. Stephen Gundry, a famous cardiothoracic surgeon, nutrition expert, and health advocate, you should get as much high-quality olive oil into your daily routine as possible, whether it's taking a shot of it daily or keeping a bottle of it in your medicine cabinet. But what kind of olive oil is best for your health? Well, any olive oil can give you some benefits, but if you're looking to get the best result, it matters a lot which one you pick. The olive oil industry is huge. You can tell by the number of olive oil brands you see at the grocery store, and you can bet they're not all made with the consumer in mind. And many brands may even cut corners one way or another to increase profits. When Dr. Gundry came to this realization, he was appalled. But some olive oils are so powerful, it may only take a few tablespoons a week to see these incredible health benefits. So how can you tell between an olive oil that can be a health booster and which one isn't up to par? In an effort to answer that question, Dr. Gundry has decided to take a stand and release his personal research and findings. This video has gone viral since its release, and it's important you can see it so you can start benefiting immediately. So I'll tell you how. All you need to do is go to getolive1.com/outspoken, or it's probably easier if you just click in the link which is in the description box below. So let me repeat, that's olive, OLIVE, the number 1.com/outspoken, or just click in the link in the description box below. People who have taken his advice have shared their results with him, saying the olive oil they bought after learning his simple rules have helped change their lives. So make sure you go to getolive1.com/outspoken or click on the link in the description box below. I agree. I could not agree more, but it's gone. And that's why I think the intervention from Elon Musk is so important today, because all of these jokers, you know, the likes of Emily Maitlis and John Sopel and Lewis Goodall, who, let's just be honest about it, Mark, they look down their nose at people like me and people like you. They're all going to be swept away. Think of where this country is going to be by 2029. Now, you say you're a Reform UK voter. Do you feel like that's the political force? Do you feel like Reform UK have been on the side of people like you?
I think they're best positioned. You've got UKIP as well. You know, things that are coming from there. It sounds good. Tinconi, I think his name is. But
Nick Tinconi, yes, the new leader.
Nick Tinconi, sorry. But Reform are the best place to do something, and to do it soon. The way the general public are thinking at the moment, Tories, they're gone. Nobody's going to trust them for a while now, and people are quite right. This Labour government, it has been probably the most disastrous start to a term you can ever have. They're lying about this black hole, this imaginary black hole, which I don't believe exists. And let's just clarify one thing as well. When Tories took over from Labour 15 years ago, there was a £258 billion black hole, and they have the nerve to talk about a 22 imaginary black hole, by the way. They're gone. They're mustard. I honestly believe that they're out. So
you agree with Elon Musk that the 100%. Tories are gone too?
And you know what? I love the fact that Elon Musk is commentating on what's happening on the UK, because it's bringing a spotlight to things. And you know, and that's the main thing. It's bringing a spotlight. So politicians and Keir Starmer, they have to be a little bit careful about how they do things, because the world is watching. But yes, I do think Reform are best placed to do something. I mean, what's the alternative? Seriously, what's the alternative?
No, well, look, I just am so happy for Allison Pearson. I just have to say, Allison Pearson is such a good person. She is such a good human being. She's been through hell. And when I was going through my hell as a result of lawfare and lies last year, Allison Pearson was one of those people who was there for me every single step of the way. So she has come out of this stronger. Her voice is now elevated. She is going to be a much more powerful beacon of free speech in the UK. And this is the problem. Lawfare sometimes backfires, and our authorities need to realise that. Thank you so much for watching Dan Wootton Outspoken. Please click on my face just to the bottom left to subscribe to this brand new independent news source, and turn on the notification bell so you'll be alerted to our brand new live shows, uncancelled interviews, and special royal episodes. Outspoken is also now available as a podcast, so you can listen to the show every weekday on the go, wherever you are.